Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah. Praise be to Allah, and mercy, blessings be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Welcome, dear viewers, to the Pearls of the Prophet, peace be upon him. I'm your host, Muhammad al-Naqawi, with me, Brother Abdul Rahim. Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Well, Brother Rahim, now we are going, as you know, we know that gradually, from his da'wah, from his invitation to the people, to the Mecca. Then he went to Ta'if, which is in between Mecca and Medina, another city. People treated him really badly. Then, did he, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, invite other leaders of the tribe or members of the tribe? Did he go to any other place?
Yes, that's a very good question. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. So the question was, did he invite other tribes or any? Because basically the situation is, he's obviously in Mecca. He's returned from Ta'if, and the situation is starting to feel quite desperate and intense. Obviously, the Prophet ﷺ had full tawakkul in Allah. Okay, full tawakkul in Allah. And
can you? That's a really good word that you use, tawakkul on Allah. Now, I would like to, because let all the viewers share with us what we are talking exactly these terms. So, what exactly tawakkul means?
It's in a simple way to say, full reliance. He completely relied upon Allah. He didn't rely on anyone else.
Okay.
He wasn't relying on protection from his clansmen. What happened was, the situation was, he had his uncle Abu Talib and his wife Khadija radiallahu anha. Now she was obviously a strong financial support, and his uncle was strong political support, so that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was protected. Now obviously they passed away, but the strength of his protection was slowly starting from this point onwards, decreasing and decreasing. So what the Prophet, peace be upon him, then he extended his invitation to Islam, to La ilaha illallah, that there is no God worthy of worship except Allah, and Muhammad, peace be upon him, is just his messenger. This message he wanted to extend further. Now we've got to remember that the invitation he didn't go out of Mecca to give these invitations at that time, because where he was situated was in Mecca. Now it was a normal thing for that time in Arabia that people from all over the Arabian Peninsula would come to Mecca to do Hajj. Hajj was a practice from before. Of course, after some time, due to ignorance, people started to do Hajj the incorrect way, but people would still come to do Hajj. So when they did come, there were people who came in tribes, they came in groups, they came as individuals. Any opportunity the Prophet got, he would speak to them.
So ritual of the Hajj, as many people know that Hajj is only for Muslims,
That's right.
So you said ritual of Hajj even exists before Islam, right?
That's right, yeah, because the ritual of Hajj goes back all the way to Ibrahim alayhi salam, Abraham, peace be upon him. And this was the ritual that was from then, and it was still practiced, and people were coming all over the world, and as time went on, religion started to distort it. So this was the problem.
So then, now you said he also went to the other tribes,
Yes.
leaders of the tribes, giving da'wah, which is invitation. Now, did anyone respond to this invitation?
Yeah, so they arrived. What he would do is, because of course they'd need to stay somewhere, so they'd have camps. He'd go invite them to the camps. He'd go ahead and approach them, and he'd ask them, look, I'm here to warn you, or first of all, give you glad tidings. The Prophet, peace be upon him, first start off with, I'm here to give you glad tidings. And then after that, he would move on to, I'm here to give you a warning as well, because glad tidings of paradise, and also a warning of hell.
Okay, so of course this is obvious for everyone. All the messengers, when they went to their people, their nation, they say, believe in God, you will go to heaven. If you don't believe in God, there is hell waiting for you. So anyways, that's really interesting, and I will ask you more questions of that. We'll take a short break, dear viewers. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to the Pearls of the Prophet. I was talking to Brother Abdul Rahim that did anyone responded or give any kind of interest to Prophet, peace be upon him, while he was preaching his message?
Yeah, so the Prophet, peace be upon him, he was approaching tribes, and especially tribal leaders, because usually the tribesmen would follow the tribal leader. So if, for example, one tribesman or tribes leader would accept Islam, the chances of the whole tribe accepting, or majority of the tribe accepting, was very likely. So what happened was, when he did have a meeting with them, they had the audacity to ask silly things. Like some of the things they would ask, which was very arrogant, which shows a lot of people rejected due to arrogance. And it's very important for Muslims today, or anyone who is a believer in Allah and the last day, to be careful of arrogance. And that is, they used to ask things like, well, hang on a minute, why didn't Allah make me a prophet?
Oh, so it's like, you coming to me and telling me you're a prophet. Okay, hang on a minute. Why I'm not a prophet? Why you? So
Yeah.
it's like a more arrogant in their
Yeah.
speech, while they're replying back.
Absolutely. Some people think they are above other people. So these tribesmen thought, well, hang on a minute, who are you? You're just a normal guy. I'm more above you because I'm a
Wealth
leader.
or
Or
maybe
I
a
have
position.
authority, exactly, yeah. The other thing that they used to do was they used to ask for, okay, well, if I follow you and you're the prophet, what do I get in return?
Oh, so it's like, I'll give you something,
You
give me something back.
Yes,
Okay.
which is fair
Yeah.
enough. And the Prophet, peace upon him, did offer something in return. He offered them Jannah.
Okay.
Every tribesman who came along, he offered them Jannah. But they were not interested because this was...
Jannah means?
Jannah means paradise.
Paradise.
Paradise, eternal bliss, all the things at your fingertips. This was an eternal paradise. They were promised in the afterlife after they passed away. But they were seeking materialistic things. They were also seeking positions of power. If you die, what will happen to you after that? Will you give the rulership to me because I followed you now?
Okay.
So
even by following the Prophet, they want some kind of prophecy that, okay, if you die, well, I'll take that message. So there is no sincerity in their acceptance,
absolutely, they're not interested. They're not interested. There was one man who looked at Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and he knew that this man is the leader. This man is guided clearly. But still, look at the arrogance of what he said. He said, I will eat the Arabs with this man. Meaning that he was going to use Prophet Muhammad ﷺ as his means to get into a higher position. But again, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, look, Allah gives power to whom He wills. So there's no guarantee or promise that you will have any position after me. So the man said, for this reason, okay, no. And they were very, very arrogant. People looked for all sorts of reasons. A lot of people were looking for the success before any test or tribulations had even taken place.
Even though those who followed Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, they went through the trials and tribulations. So that's really you cannot compare between those who really believed in him and went through all this difficult time, and those who are just sitting, having business, wealth, money, and everything, and they will say, "Okay, we will follow you, but in return, we have to have something."
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, we will go further with this question, but I want you to talk about a famous personality, famous non-Muslim personality, before we conclude the.
Yeah, there's a lady called Annie Besant, and she said, "It is impossible for anyone who studies the life and character of the great Prophet of Arabia, who knew how he taught and how he lived, to feel anything but reverence for that mighty Prophet, one of the great messengers of the Supreme. And although in what I put you, I shall say many things which may be familiar to many. Yet I myself feel whenever I reread them a new way of admiration, a new sense of reverence for that mighty Arabian teacher."
Okay.
So she's describing him as a teacher. And her
And
name was
she's
Annie
a
Besant.
non-Muslim personality,
Yeah.
very famous personality, saying something about Prophet,
That's right.
the messenger of humanity.
Yes.
Dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode. Hope to see you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.